You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports.
There he goes for Sean Baker. One man to beat. Collier can't get him. Baker gives Victor the lead. The box. Headed by McQuaid, and in they score! The Braves get it back. Quick shot, and a score for San Diego. Wide open for Ozzie. He gets it. Touchdown, McQuaid. Punch, counter punch. Out of the shot, and a goal!
Dribble handoff to Shatters. What do you think? Bang, Braves have it. Let's see, they shoot it, score!
If it's February during the winter recess and you're inside a gymnasium in Monroe County, it can only mean one thing. It's sectional basketball time, and we have a great one for you tonight. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. You're looking live at the gymnasium on the campus of Hilton High School, and tonight we have the privilege of broadcasting another Varsity Media sectional basketball game. Tonight, it's in the girls' Class A tournament, and it's number 6 seed host Cadets of Hilton versus the number 11 seed Thunder of Greece Athena and Greece Odyssey. Joining me tonight in the broadcast and breaking down this game is the head coach of the Hilton Cadets boys varsity basketball team, Troy Prince. Coach, before we start, as much as we're hoping for a good game here, there's a potential this game could be one-sided. Hilton and Greece have 3 common opponents this year. Hilton easily won in all 3 games, and Greece lost all these 3 games. Hilton, while not getting the results they would have liked at the end of the year, did have a really monumental victory, a huge victory against Fairport in that final week. They played well, while conversely, Greece has lost the last 10 in a row. Coach, I look at Greece Thunder. If you're Coach Birthright, what are you telling your girls so they can be prepared for this game?
Well, it's the postseason, Coach, so you turn around and you tell each team that it's 0-0, all right? Your records are thrown out. You got a fresh start, and everybody's just got to go 1-0 tonight. He wants them to come out, I'm sure, play hard and execute their stuff, probably try to take away our best girls, and you know, try to give themselves some confidence rather than, you know, replay the negative that's gone on with, you know, 10 losses in a row.
It's a new season. With that new season, it's a new start, and you can wash away all those negatives that took place maybe towards the end of the season, and then you can hopefully come back now and really, you know, this is what the tournament's all about. Have a breakthrough, have a big victory, and this could be one of them. We got a slight delay here in Hilton, struggling with the national anthem. It looks like we're about to start. We'll take a timeout just for the national anthem, and then get back at our pregame.
Principal Dr. Jeffrey Green and our high school administration, I'd like to welcome you to Hilton High School for tonight's girls sectional basketball contest featuring the visiting Athena Odyssey Thunder and the Hilton Cadets. The New York State Public High School Athletic Association, Section 5, and Hilton Central School District believe that sportsmanship is a major part of athletic competition. We're grateful to have your involvement in our athletic contest and encourage enthusiastic participation. Hilton CSD is committed to providing an inclusive environment that values all members of our community. We therefore ask that you help to support our education-based athletic goals by keeping your cheering positive and respectful. Individuals engaging in mean-spirited speech or behaviors that can make insult, intolerance, or disrespect will be asked to leave the premises. Thank you in advance for being a cadet fan. At this time, I'd like to ask you to please rise and remove your hats for the playing of our national anthem.
So looking at our starting lineups for tonight, we've got for the Grease Thunder, we've got number 2, Juliana Bates, number 3, Mariah Freeman, number 10, Tiara Smith, number 25, Trinity Johnson, and their leader, number 44, Asia Phillips. Phillips averaging 14 points a game, Freeman 10 points a game, and Tiara Smith with 8 points a game. That's really most of the scoring comes from those three. It's a benefit when your scoring is so centralized to 3 players.
Yeah, it definitely makes it more difficult to prepare for you when you don't have one player to really focus in on. And I think that, on the flip side, Hilton kind of has the same thing where we have a trio of studs that continuously put the ball in the basket, and that makes it a little bit harder to prepare for you.
Now for the Hilton Cadets, they start with number 4, Elena Graziano, 10, Carly Hargather, 23, Leah Thompson, 32, Ella Clark. But the leader of this team, and has been all year and probably having her best year, she's just a sophomore but in her 3rd year on varsity, is number 14, Mallory Heiss. What can you tell me about Mallory Heiss this year?
Well, in the couple games I've seen, she's been terrific, and I think a lot of that stems from the work that she's done in the offseason. She's gotten, I think, an offer from Marist already, and, we had her train with us really all summer and all fall, and she really was competitive with our guys. Her work ethic is incredible, and it's allowed her, I think, one of the things I've seen added to her game is a little bit of a step back or a pull-up jumper, so scoring at all 3 levels is really made her much more difficult to defend.
She's really added that step-back jumper to her game, but also, and this conversation with Coach Heiss, has really told Mallory that she has to take 6 to 8 threes a game just to make that defense play honest. She's always had the great handle, even as an 8th grader on varsity, but to be able to hit that 3 has been really important to really make defenses honest. And she shot 33% this year from 3.
Yeah, and that's probably Coach Heiss's rubbing off on her because he was such a terrific three-point shooter. I think he has spent some time really working on her shot, and I can see definitely some mechanical issues that have been addressed, and the results are there to show for it.
Full disclosure, Coach Heiss, that's his niece, Mallory Heiss, and he's done a great job this year in his first year at Hilton. First year at varsity girls, but not his first year coaching, certainly.
No, I was fortunate to have him in our program, and I saw a fantastic coach right off the bat when he was coaching our freshman team, so not surprised by his success.
Thunder gets the start, and that's a hard drive to the basket by Tiara Smith, fouled by Elena Graziano, and she'll go to line to shoot 2.
Yeah, she turned the corner and got to her right hand, which you could tell she was pretty comfortable with accelerating there.
Thunder gets on the board first. Tiara Smith with the bucket, with the free throw. A violation not called very often. You don't see that called very often in the game basketball these days, but it was called there.
Some zone pressure here, full court by Grease, and a turnover.
They got what they wanted. Hilton seemed like they got that middle ball, that passed the middle, but just couldn't reverse it very well. Thunder back on the offense. Smith to Freeman. See, they got Thompson size to size on Asia Phillips.
Elena with good defense there, forced her to take a tough shot at the bottom of the backboard.
Hargather goes hard. Gives it to Thompson, to Clark, to Mallory Heiss from the corner. Graziano fighting for the rebound, and it'll be Hilton ball at the baseline.
I don't think Grease wants to start off that way with giving Mallory a wide open look in their first full offensive possession.
But Thompson circled over to Mallory Heiss. She takes it off the dribble, kicks it back to Thompson. Thompson can shoot, and she just gets the roll with a 3. Size can go down in the post, but also go step back for the 3.
Yeah, it was a nice pick and pop situation. Mallory found her, and Leah knocks it down.
Hilton right on the press. As Coach Heiss said to me earlier this week, they're going to try to pick up the pace, and they forced the turnover.
It didn't look like Grease was real confident handling the ball there, so you can see why that would be a pretty good strategy by Coach Heiss.
Mallory Heiss kicks it to the left, goes through. Graziano drives left, kicks into Ella Clark. Ella Clark goes in deep. Oh, they're going to see if they got the hot hand with Thompson. She hits 2 in a row.
Had her feet ready, which allowed her to get shot off, and we got a quick timeout by
Quick timeout.
Greece.
You know, that's a part of the game that I think really, especially for young kids, that's really important, is that not only did she have her feet set, but that pass that was passed to her was chest to chest. It wasn't something behind her where she had to reach for it. She caught it in rhythm, and you could take the shot. You take the shot in pretty much ease. We're taking a look right now at the Section 5 double A bracket right here, and we see down 6-11. There's Hilton versus the Greece Athena Odyssey. It's actually the Thunder. But they got a big game. The winner of this game's got a big one and a tough one. The defending sectional champions against Kearney this Saturday.
Yeah, Kearney's going to be an interesting matchup because they've played a lot of out-of-town teams. He usually tries to schedule some great competition. And I know that they've had success going to that in years past. But I think they're an unknown right now. I think they're probably pretty good, but
they lost 2 starters from last year's team, but they're still good. They're battle tested, and there we go with Graziano to Clark for 2.
That's going to be the best part of Ella's game is filling the lanes and being the athlete that she is.
Tiara Smith brought it up, and Hilton was able to get the tie-up, and the possession arrow does go to the Cadets. Hargerther will take the ball out of bounds on the side. It's 8-1 to the Cadets. A nice start for Hilton. Mallory Heiss comes up through the middle, passes to the left, goes through.
Looks like a little 1-2-2 zone out of Greece right now.
Hilton's just got to move the ball quick. Heiss to Clark off the dribble.
Oh, nice pull-up.
Yeah, Clark with a baseline jumper. It's a nice shot right there.
The zone's interesting because, sometimes the best way to attack the zone is off the dribble, but they kept re-attacking the same corner, and you want to swing the ball as much as you can.
We got ourselves another jump ball off the rebound. That possession should go to the Thunder.
Looks like they just made a zone buster substitution to get Siciliano in the game.
Hard worker, tough player, smart player. Called the 3-second call right off the bat. Again, another call you don't see very often in the game anymore.
No.
Usually the fans in the stands want to see that more than anybody else. Hilton back on the offense. Mallory Heiss back up top. Off the dribble, left, shot right.
Yeah, that's that part of her game, Steve, that she's really developed, and you can see the arc on it, and it just is a smooth jumper.
It's pure, and that's just work in the gym.
Yep. Ella having her hands busy there, got a deflection and a steal.
Trying to turn the corner, she forces the foul. That'll be Thunder's first foul on Mariah Freeman. We got 1 foul for both teams. Remember, in the girls' game, it's 5 fouls in a quarter, and they'll be shooting 2. Mallory Heiss back up to the middle.
Looks like they're going with like a 1-4 alignment.
They'll attack the seams when they can. A rare turnover from Heiss. Tara Smith bringing the ball for the Thunder. Looks like Thunder comes with her own version of a 1-4 with the wing players switching spots. Tara Smith with a turnover again. We got a 3rd jump ball of the first quarter. This time the ball will go back to Hilton. In for the Thunder is Maya Pioli.
Active hands there by Mallory again. Looks like if the Thunder are going to try to dribble through things, we've got some pretty good defenders that are going to be able to get some deflections and make it difficult.
Mallory Heiss from 3. Does not fall to Asia Phillip with a rebound, kicking it out to Mariah Freeman. Oh, Mariah Freeman at the top of the key right now. Maya Piolo, who just came in, has got the ball. She kicks it out to Mariah Freeman. Hits the front, rims it. And Hilton's pushing the ball up the court again.
I heard Coach Heiss yell, swing it. they made the extra pass and gave up the good shot for the great shot.
Oh, Ella Clark's now hitting threes. Looks like Hilton's coming out strong tonight.
Picking up full court, running and jumping a little bit. And there's the steal by Ella because of the nice double team.
Mallory Heiss with a putback in the bucket. Timeout for the Thunder. They're going to try to address some of this 17-1. Again, Hilton seems like they're just firing from all cylinders right now, defensively and offensively. Thoughts?
Yeah, I think that right now their best offense is going to be their defense, and if they can keep turning them over, scoring in transition, it's a little bit easier than scoring against the zone. Although they've attacked the zone pretty well, it seems like when they've tried to dribble through it, they haven't had as great a success. When they make, just a quick penetration and pitch without trying to get too creative, they've opened up some shooting lanes for like Leah, and Mallory's hit a couple. So I think right now it's that happy medium between having that great pressure and getting those easy buckets, but you also want to prepare for your next game and execute some things. If Kearney's going to play any zone, you want to be able to work on your stuff in game.
And that's the great thing. Like we all know that in Hilton, Ella Clark is great in transition with that athleticism in the press, but we've seen her step back and hit a three now. And just being that double threat right now, and that being more a comprehensive player than just one dimensional is huge for Hilton.
No doubt. I mean, and having three capable players, is definitely something harder to prepare for. And I've watched a lot of good teams have two players, and it's easier to stop.
It is. All right, Thunder's bringing it back up. Smith is back into the game. Maya Freeman bringing the ball up. Kicking it out to Bates. We got Asia Phillips with a rebound. Working hard.
Ella Simonelli built a good wall, and Ella Clark comes down the rebound.
Great defense from Hilton. Got Hargather. Hilton rotating some players. Good rebound by the Thunder. They're kicking up the line. Freeman's got the ball, taking it towards the middle. Again, into double coverage, I guess. Two defenders, and they force the turnover.
Yeah, Mallory stuck her hand in there a little bit. Without what I would call reaching. I think it was just kind of presented to her, and she created a travel. So good defense again.
Tara Smith checks back in for the Thunder. She's the starting point guard. They're in their 2-3 zone. Again, interesting look by Hilton's offense. Nobody in the high post against that 2-3 zone, but they're passing and they're cutting through.
It's a little bit of like their rider look, where you pass and cut to the high post rather than against man, you cut all the way to the rim, and trying to just get activity going.
Smith with the ball, passes it up to Freeman. Siciliano brings the ball up the court, takes it to the middle, finds Clark. Nice find. Ella Clark's got to finish that.
That's a great pass by Paige. Ella's missed two little bunnies right now that I think she'd want back for sure.
Siciliano coming in really strong for Hilton. You get her head up, and she's looking down the court. Unfortunately, they haven't gotten much for her, but, I mean, you get that kind of energy coming off the bench, looking up down the court, finding Ella Clark with a nice pass, finding Hargather right now with that pass. Great job by Paige Siciliano coming in and contributing off the bench.
Yeah, she had great vision, pushing the ball up the floor. Carly just kind of shuffled her feet a little bit. That's 4 points that the Cadets would have, I'm sure, liked to pour on. Great rotation there by Ella.
Ball pressure by Mallory Heiss, and then Ella Clark stepping down on the pass.
Oh, she gave a little Euro step there.
Euro step for Mallory Heiss.
I don't know, Steve, if I've seen too many, not just girls, but boys as well, as good as she is going with her left hand.
Smith going hard to the basket again. Hilton giving her the right. Fouls on Mallory Heiss. It's her first, team second. And Tara Smith will shoot two. I'd like to see him take away that right hand and see if she can, when they force the Thunder through the middle, they've been able to get the turnover or the tie-up.
Yeah, when she gets a head of steam going, I don't care who it is, and you're going to your strong hand, it's kind of hard to rotate over quick enough to draw a charge. I don't see too many girls drawing charges in the first place, so I agree with you. See if we can take away that right hand and limit her effectiveness.
Speaking of things you don't see very often, Paige Siciliano with a rebound, defensive rebound in the post. Getting the ball up the court.
She's contributing in a lot of different ways. Yet on the flip side there, Elena Graziano kind of did the one dribble to nowhere in that gray area, and I'm sure they wanted her to probably go all the way through.
Right. Bates with the ball. She's going to look for the post. There's Asia Phillips, the leading scorer for the Thunder, and she puts in her first bucket of the game.
Yeah, nice little post entry, and she just kind of caught it and turned and hit a little bit of a runner into the lane. So might maybe want to try to deny that high post, and a good effective play for the Thunder.
Oh, a little strong. Nice little play for the Hilton right there. You got a screen at the top of the 2-3. She fades back, or Thompson fades back, and then finds Siciliano in the corner. Ball went out of bounds. It'll be Thunder ball. Looking for Asia Phillips in the low post. Thompson takes the top side on that. Ball comes in. And Freeman's got the ball with Mallory Heiss on her.
And she's
Heiss
going
to Smith.
Smith definitely loves to go attacking to her right.
Oh. Ball just skipped the rim, but they call it off of Thunder. That could have gone.
4 seconds to go. Let's see. Oh, she's going to get a shot off, Steve.
Oh, nice shot. Is it going to fall? It hits a strap. And that's the first quarter here in Hilton. We got the Cadets 19, the Grease Thunder with 3. We're going to take a quick break right here, get collected and get ready for that second quarter. You're watching Girls Section 5 Class AA basketball here on Varsity Media. We'll be right back.
Varsity Media covers every sport at every level from every angle. Game film, recruiting videos, highlight videos, sportscasts.
That's complete. First down and more. Touchdown, Oceanside.
Photography, live streaming. You name it, we offer it. Don't leave your video needs to amateurs. Trust the pros. Contact us at 516-403-2050 or visit us online at varsitymedia.net. You're an event organizer looking for a media company to cover live streaming, action photography, and game video for your event? Look no further. Varsity Media travels throughout the Northeast covering weekend tournaments, showcases, and championships. Contact us today to learn about our services and packages at 516-403-2050 or visit us online at varsitymedia.net.
And we're back in Hilton. Start of the second quarter, it's 19-3, Cadets over the Thunder. Coach, as we start the second quarter, what's more impressive, the Hilton defense giving up 3 or the 19 on offense?
Well, definitely the 3 giving up, and I think it's the aggressiveness, the hands going on the defensive end, creating turnovers, and it's allowed them to get out and transition a little bit, which has kind of created that offense. So we always talk, you know, we're pretty comfortable, my team, with our defense, but we want our offense to be our offense, not the other team's offense. Right now it looks like the Thunder, their offense is becoming Hilton's offense because they're kind of turning it over. So if I'm the Thunder, I want to limit that and move the basketball a little bit more, maybe even on the pass and less on the dribble.
Smith drives right, try to get to Asia Phillips, and she does again. Philip puts it in.
Yeah, a tough shot, a little turnaround right over Leah, and that was an impressive post move.
Nice drive by Ella Clark, kicking it to Hargather. It wasn't a Hargather, my bad, it was Graziano. Hargather with the ball now, kicking it down to Clark on the baseline. She goes baseline all the way through to Graziano. Graziano ends up in Mallory Heiss. Just in and out. Great rebound by Ella Clark. And she picks up the foul on Asia Phillips. She'll be shooting 2.
Some good ball movement there, Coach. Everybody was catching triple threat, which made the Thunder kind of close out. and then they would penetrate and find the next girl, and some unselfish plays. I thought it was a good shot by Mallory, and Ella was right there to clean up the miss.
It was one of the keys for Coach Heiss coming into the game. One, they want to play high pressure, high pace game, but move the ball quickly. If they're going to play a zone, you got to make that zone move by moving that ball quickly.
Yeah, a couple of rare misses there by Ella. She's got good rotation on her free throw, and looks like she just needs to kind of settle in a little bit. Probably a little first sectional game anxiety going on and some adrenaline. She'll settle in. She got caught sleeping there, though, on a switch.
A little bit, yep. And Kennedy Gatson, the ninth grader, is going to go to line to shoot 2. Gatson, who's been a pull-up, hasn't been there the whole year. You see some promise in her. Nice rotation on there, a little bit off the hip, the shot, but you know what? For a ninth grader out here in your first sectional game?
I think that's what Coach Birthright's trying to establish. You know, I teach with his wife and had a chance to talk with him a couple of times, and he's just trying to get more girls involved and have a positive experience and try to bring up some younger kids that are ready and really just try to build a program.
Well, that's how you get that interest in your program and build the numbers. And again, Smith going hard to the basket. Hard to defend once she gets going like that.
Yeah, I think that the cadets will have to adjust to her speed and take away her right hand much sooner. Like right there, Carly just tried to wall up, but she didn't establish herself enough to take away that right hand. And if she had jumped outside a little bit more, I think she could have caught her wrong-footed.
Got a bunch of misses on the free throws here today, so.
I don't know if you saw it. We shot 0 free throws last night. Have you ever heard of that?
No. Nice bucket. Ella Clark going hard to the basket. Coach is referencing the boys basketball sectional game at McQuaid last night. Tough result there. We won't harp a little bit too much on that.
Thanks, buddy. Oh, nice anticipation by Elena.
Graziano with a steal. Harder, they're looking to bring it up. They're looking to double and trap everything right here. Thunder, Hilton can get the ball up court, make the extra pass. They should have something open.
Yeah, they're just kind of turning and throwing it. And, you know, if you just get your head up, swing the ball. Both teams now are doing the same thing.
Hargreaves with a steal, going to the basket. And Kennedy Gatson with a block shot. Hilton coming in, subbing in with Brooke Bell, seeing her first action of the game. And Asia Phillip re-enters for the Thunder, as does Juliana Bates re-enters for the Thunder.
Looks like they're going with a 4 screen block to block. Leah pops up for a nice short jumper.
She faded back. She was wide open. Just, you know, there's a lid on the basket right now.
Yeah.
Smith for 3. Nothing but net.
Now this is where the cadets, you know, they need a bucket. They need to settle in a little bit, reestablish their dominance.
And Hargreaves answers with her own 3.
You know, you could tell she took her time a little bit there, made sure that she was set and didn't rush it. She knocks it down. It was a confident-looking shot there.
We're seeing more 3s taken by both teams right now. A call for the travel, the Hilton ball. And we got ourselves a timeout from Coach Heiss. Reason for the timeout? Just to collect themselves, you think?
Yeah, I think he wants to talk about, hey, what shot can we get when? We can probably get a jumper anytime. Let's continue to try to put the ball inside. And then if we kick it out for a jumper, that's fine. But let's try to take the best shot possible while being patient.
They've settled for a 3 the last couple possessions and really haven't hit anything in the post. You know, they're moving the ball quickly, but it's all around the perimeter. They need to kick that ball inside. I think he's probably talking about a little bit that after the last made bucket, or set up for a Thunder. But they didn't handle the press very well from Thunder either.
I agree with you. I think he's probably trying to settle him in, like get your head up. And also the other girls that didn't have the ball, come back and give an angle and don't leave your wingman without any help. And if they had done that, they probably would have had a layup at the other end. And they have some of the similar issues if Mallory's not in the backcourt that we do with being small and you float passes. That's when the athlete can come pick them off. So got to start playing with a little bit better decision making. And I think that if they do that in the next couple of possessions, they can stretch this lead at the half.
Thunder's not pressing, but just one last take on that before we get going. Those farthest players away from the ball are so huge in breaking that press. For those kids out there, just because you're down the other end of the court doesn't mean you're taking time off. They need you to be available so you can receive that long skip pass if necessary.
Yeah, and then they got to make good decisions with that too.
Skip pass across from Mallory Heiss to Ella Clark. Ella Clark missed it. Thompson with a rebound back to Clark as she dives to the basket. And Ella Clark picks up her 11th point of the game.
It's a great job of playing together. Leah was very unselfish there. And it takes Ella cutting hard too.
Well, it's a third year together. We talked about the three from Hilton, how important they are to this team, but this is their third year on varsity together, and they still have one more year, all three of them together again. So this is something that's pretty special. Start back with the Coach Groutman days and bringing these three together.
It pays dividends, no two ways about it.
Thompson staying behind Phillips. Thunder's trying to rotate it. Smith's got the ball. Smith's got the ball here. Smith hit a three before, just off the front rim. Thompson brings it up. And all three have a pretty good handle.
Yeah, it's comforting to know that, they can at least get their fast break started with whoever gets the ball. You probably want to get it to Mallory at some point so she can make that final decision, but
at the end of the day,
getting it started.
Right. And there's Thompson getting an offensive rebound, getting fouled. She'll shoot two. Thompson averages a double-double for Hilton. 10 rebounds, 10 points a game. She's really stepped up this year and really been a huge contributor to the cadets.
Well, you can see that it's she's played a lot of high-level AAU as well. I remember running into both of those girls, Mallory and Leah, were teammates, and I'd see them out at a tournament, and they were playing for Tim Jackson. And that kind of experience translates over here and gives you confidence for sure.
Thompson goes 1 of 2, but Clark almost fighting for that rebound. Maya Pioli checks in for the Thunder. And Ella Simonelli checks back in for the Cadets. Smith brings the ball up. Starting point guard from the beginning of the game. Looks to the high post for Freeman. And Hilton gets a hand on it and forces another jump ball. We've had about 4 or 5 of those already today.
That looks like we're going to a zone defensively, taking the ball out on baseline.
Under the ball on the baseline. They had a box set. And they come up with the offensive foul, illegal screen on Asia Phillip.
Those are tough ones. You're trying to run an out-of-bounds play, and they're supposed to be plays for your team. And you turn it over because of moving screens, and it's hard because the defense sometimes is holding. Now, I'm not saying we were holding there, but I'm saying there's supposed to be freedom of movement as an emphasis this year. And I don't see that always being consistently called, at least in the men's game. And then so you try to screen more. And if you're not set, it's going to be going the other way.
Well, that's the thing. The foul's on Asia Phillip, and we don't have the benefit of looking that over again. But a lot of times, if you're cutting before that screen is set, it's not Asia Phillip's fault. It's the person who cut before the screen is set.
Got to have that sense of timing.
Thunder bringing the ball back up. Smith with Ella Clark on her. Pioli to Freeman, back to Smith. And Pioli with a 3.
Yeah, she looked like she was hunting that the whole time.
Good work by the Thunder, getting the defensive rebound. Freeman, stop, pop. And Thompson gets another rebound.
Yeah, she did a great job of getting back in transition. You know, the big kids, people tend to forget they got to run a little bit longer. She got herself back for the defensive rebound and then tried knocking down a trailing 3 there and just back rimmed it.
But great ball movement. It started out the right side, and Hilton swung it all the way through, back up to the top to Thompson. She had a good look at it. You'll give her that shot all day long if you're Hilton. And again, Smith working hard to the basket, creating the foul.
Yeah, she's quick.
And the foul gets called on Ella Clark. Oh, he changed it. He initially showed 32.
He got Leah for the foul.
I think he got Grazi. The announcer called Graziano, but I thought he had 32 with his fingers as he reported. So we'll find out at halftime, make sure these fouls are correct. Smith goes 2 for 2 from the line.
She doesn't have great rotation on her shot, but she follows through each time, and she's got a consistent routine. She knocks them both down. It was impressive.
Into the post, a little high-low out to Simonelli. As hot as Hilton was in the beginning, I don't think that the shooting percentage has come down considerably in the second quarter.
Yeah, and they've had good looks. You know, at the end of the day, you got to knock them down.
Good defense by Hilton. The switch, Heist on to Smith. Graziano slides over. Clark slides over to Pioli, and they force the turnover. Hilton rotating very nicely defensively. I think you saw at least 3 Hilton defenders pick up 2 different girls just in that rotation.
Yeah, they definitely are active and kind of jumping and switching, and I think just the Thunder's skill level right now is kind of hurting them a little bit by traveling every time they have to make that extra pass.
Heist kicked it out to Graziano, went through. Graziano hits Thompson and kicks it back at the Heist, and Heist picks up that jumper that she's been working so hard in the offseason on.
At the end of the day, when you haven't scored in a while, you got to go to your best kid, and she showed up. Oh, and there she shows up again with a great steal.
Oh, head up, finds Clark on the open court, and we got a Heist to Clark combination right there. And Clark picks up her 13th point of the game. Freeman at the top of the key, Heist on her. Taking away that right, forcing her left. Graziano picks her up, get a hand up, and then get the defensive rebound. She's pushing the ball up court. She looks, she finds Simonelli, and Simonelli with a bucket. Nice open court basketball by the Cadets.
Great bounce pass there, and Ella Simonelli fell in the lane. It's a way to play together.
Smith brings it up. You know she's wanting to go right. It looks like she's setting up Clark to go right.
Going for the last shot, which is interesting when you're down that much.
They're going to Gatz, and she didn't get it. Hilton's got to push it. 3 seconds to go. Heist to shoot it. Heist up. And just off the rim. Another good quarter for the Cadets. It's the Hilton Cadets 33, the Grease Thunder 14. Coach, as we go into the half, what's your thoughts?
You know, I would imagine that Coach Ice is not super excited with the second quarter defense. The first quarter defense he's got to be ecstatic about, and then they just fouled too much. They've got to do a better job of containing the Smith girl off the dribble, maybe force her to go to that weak hand a little bit more, and have your help there earlier. And I think if they reestablish that in the third quarter, they'll be able to stretch this out a little bit.
And that's the end of the first half of here at Hilton. Hilton Cadets 33, the Grease Thunder 14. We're going to take a break for this halftime, and we'll catch you in the second half. This is Section 5 basketball on Varsity Media. We'll be right back.
You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports. Varsity Media covers every sport at every level from every angle. game film, recruiting videos, highlight videos, sportscasts.
That's complete. First down and more. Touchdown, Oceanside.
Photography, live streaming. You name it, we offer it. Don't leave your video needs to amateurs. Trust the pros. Contact us at 516-403-2050 or visit us online at varsitymedia.net. If you're an event organizer looking for a media company to cover live streaming, action photography, and game video for your event, look no further. Varsity Media travels throughout the Northeast covering weekend tournaments, showcases, and championships. Contact us today to learn about our services and packages at 516-403-2050 or visit us online at varsitymedia.net.
Whoa, slow down, dude. We're not trying to break the sound barrier. Wow! Wide turn, buddy! What the heck? Whew. Hey, you got your blinker on, bud. Hey, driver, 2 hands on the wheel, please. 10 and 2, not when and 2.
Gotta be kidding me.
Oh, nice. I love the Rolling Stones. Almost as much as you love the Rolling Stops. You know what? No music. Let's just go peace and quiet. Yeah, let me put you on speaker. I'm in a drift right now.
Is your driver as crappy as all the other
Oh,
ones?
yeah, for sure. This dude is a mess.
They're all a mess.
Seatbelt. Hey, if you think you can do a better job driving, why don't you give it a try next time?
Dude, I lost my license a year ago. Why do you think I needed the drift?
Unbelievable.
Nobody likes a backseat driver.
Where is everybody? I thought there was a game today.
Not even the game day officials. Empty stadiums could soon be a reality due to the nationwide shortage of referees. It's time for spectators to bench the bad behavior and treat them with respect.
Guess I need another drift.
Be loud, be proud, and be positive.
It's a magical place for kids of all abilities. The Rochester Rotary Sunshine Camp. Where kids have no barriers to fun. The Rochester Rotary Sunshine Camp.
Section 5 fans can now watch sectional championship games and productions live or on demand for just $8 per event on the Section 5 Broadcast Network. Any event requiring payment on the Section 5 Broadcast Network means the production may include features such as score overlays, graphics, announcers, instant replay, and multiple camera angles. Do you watch a lot of sectional events or consider yourself a super fan? Then consider purchasing a season pass to watch as many events during the sectional season as you'd like. Want to save that production and remember those championship moments forever? Now you can download the entire video for just $20 per event and cherish those moments forever. Are you ready to start watching? Download the Section 5 Broadcast Network app, available on any mobile device or popular TV platforms. Or watch directly from your computer by visiting sectionv.org/watch.
For the best action shots and the best angles, look no further than Varsity Media. Our experienced photographers capture your athletes' best moments right from field level. Plus, we offer great keepsakes like bobbleheads, posters, plaques, and prints. For more information about Varsity Media's photography services, contact us at 516-403-2050 or visit us online at varsitymedia.net.
Heading to the football game?
Yep, however you want to get there is good with me. You're the driver. Whoa! Slow down. We're not trying to break the sound barrier. Both hands on the wheel. 10 and 2.
Gotta be kidding me.
Hey, buddy, I'm trying to get there on time. Seriously, dude? You almost broke my neck, rookie.
How about a little classic rock?
I bet you like the Rolling Stones as much as you like those Rolling Stops. You know what? No music. I just want some peace and quiet.
Hey, my eardrum.
Let me put you on speakerphone. 1 second.
Is your driver as crappy as all the other ones?
Yeah, maybe worse. Dude's a total wreck.
They're all a mess.
Seatbelt. Get out. If you think you do a better job driving, why don't you give it a try next time?
No way, bud. I don't even have my license.
Unbelievable. Where do I find these people?
Nobody likes a backseat driver.
Where is everyone? There's supposed to be a game today.
Empty stadiums could soon be a reality due to the nationwide shortage of referees. It's time for spectators to bench the bad behavior and treat them with respect. Be loud, be proud, and be positive.
And we're back here at Hilton High School. It's the halftime, 33 for the Cadets, 14 for the Thunder. Coach, what kind of adjustments did you think? We'll start with Thunder. What kind of adjustment is Thunder coming out of halftime with?
Well, I'm guessing he's going to talk about handling the basketball a little bit better, whether it's in the backcourt or even running their offense, which I think they did. I think they had a much more competitive second quarter. And were able to score the ball. And I think that they need to build upon that, make very simple passes, keep cutting hard, and really establish themselves as somebody that's going to be here the whole game. And on the flip side, I think the Cadets have to, I think they can apply more pressure. And I think they got to make better decisions when they do get it in the backcourt. And ultimately, they got to finish some of those easy layups.
I think we're seeing the first adjustment. Thunder's coming out with a 3-2 defense. 3 across the top, 2 on the post. Hilton working the outside. Thompson going baseline, drawing the defenders, kicking it back out to Graziano. To Clark, back to Thompson, goes baseline again. Finds a lane, doesn't get it, but Clark gets the rebound, misses the layup. Hilton fighting for the rebound. Thunder gets it with Smith going up the lane. Nice tip from behind by Clark. Back up the court, Clark. Is she going to finish at the rim? She finishes it and gets the bucket.
She got rewarded for her hustle there, Steve, with a back tip. That's what her athleticism can do. But then she just reached.
You know, it's the energy that you're bringing. There's good and bad with that. But we saw the good in the first part. The effort at defensive end, coming back on the offensive end, then getting back defensively to tip it, then getting the bucket on the other end. She was playing the entire 90 feet there.
Yeah, she, when she's going, she reminds me a little bit of her brother Brett, who played for us, and that motor was second to none. And she's really, really effective the more active she is.
She gets that from her mother, obviously, because limited athletic ability from her father.
Right now, no doubt, with a bad back.
Heiss goes hard to the basket. Ball gets tipped away. Thunder gets the rebound, and Thompson picks up the foul. 2 quick fouls from the Hilton Cadets, one from Clark, second one from Thompson. Neither of them in foul trouble at this point. Clark has got now her second personal foul.
Those are kind of lazy frustration fouls in the backcourt where they didn't convert on the offensive end. So what they try to gamble and get it back on the transition part, and it didn't work.
Sweet layup by Mallory Heiss, going to the left side with her right hand, using the rim to protect the ball. Heiss with a rebound, or the steal.
Oh, great bounce pass there, too. That layup, by the way, Steve, looked like her father tucking that thing underneath, kind of like a running back where they're going to reach in. And her dad was a terrific athlete himself. And she finishes with her back to the rim, kind of protecting it.
We're going to see how many old school Hilton references we can get in the second half.
We got 2.
We got 2 from some guy named Mike Clark, and then Mike Heiss, who are legends for us old guys.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, these young people don't know who these guys are. Here we are looking at that rebound. Heiss, who just came off a nice play, gets the steal. Hilton in the full court press, then finds Hargreaves with a bounce pass, and Hargreaves sitting wide open, fills that backside and gets the bunny jumper.
I'd like to see Carly, like you talk about finishing some of those transition things, she made a very difficult layup. It ended up being like a 4-foot jumper. She should have angled in there, caught it for a layup.
You catch that, go off of 1 foot, use the glass. It's an easy layup instead of making it a little bit more difficult than you need to. But she got it. And it'll be Thunderball coming out it with Hilton now with a 25-point lead with 6:26 to go in the third quarter. They're dropping back into their man-to-man defense. Picking up man. Smith will bring the ball for the Thunder.
I think that's what, the doctor ordered for Coach Heiss. A strong start defensively. And there they are turning them over again and getting out in transition.
And Clark goes hard to the basket, and she gets the rebound, or gets the bucket. Smith takes the ball up. She's getting double teamed right there. Swipe by Ella Clark. Forces the missed dribble, and it'll be Hilton ball again.
Yeah, and it looks like Mallory has started to guard her a little bit more. Take away that right hand the last time she turned it over to going left. You could clearly see that there's not the same comfort level going right.
We said that in the first half. Take away Smith's right hand. Pioli checks back in the game, and she takes in for Smith. Hilton penetrating those seams, kicking it out to the wide open shooter, Graziano, and she front rims it, and went out of bounds. It'll be Thunder ball. Hilton now picks up again, full court man.
Well, they got some confusion. And
you get 2 people going full court man.
Come out smelling like a rose with a turnover. Oh, she left her feet to pass.
And Freeman picks up the steal, makes his way down to Asia Phillip, who puts up a tough shot. Almost went. Mallory Heiss with a defensive rebound, brings the ball up court, crosses midcourt, kicks it down to Clark. Clark passing up that shot, Kicks it out to Heiss, back to Hargether, to Graziano, wide open in the corner. Just off the rim. And Thunder's bringing the ball back up.
That time I liked her shot a little bit better because her feet were prepared a little bit more. The first time, looks like she had the wrong pivot foot. Second time, she had her feet better. It didn't fly quite as nice. I think she's a capable shooter.
Just to speak of the job defensively that Leah Thompson's doing on Asia Phillip. Asia Phillip is their best player, has been all year long for the Thunder, and she's playing behind her but giving no space and really forcing Asia Phillips to really turn around and find some difficult shots.
Yeah, Leah's got some length to her, and I think that she's also building a good wall and making everything contested, whereas maybe in her previous opponents, she's had a little bit more success, maybe a little bit bigger than them.
Yeah, we said it in the first half. Leah Thompson's really stepped up her contribution to this team this year.
No
defensively,
doubt about it.
rebounds, her shooting. Done a nice job this year. Carter, the senior, finds him getting some minutes here. Getting the open shot, just front rims it.
That's a good out-of-bounds play. A fake handoff, Ella turned the corner and then kicked it out to her cousin.
Clark gets the rebound and goes coast to coast, picks up the foul, but she gets the bucket, and she'll be shooting one. She's got her 19-point, shooting one for her 20th, possible 20th point. Kennedy Gadsden checks in for the Thunder.
You know, it's nice to see. I've watched Ella for a couple years here, and when she is focused and when she moves past a mistake and the motor keeps going, you see results like we are tonight.
And Coach Heiss said she's done a much better job this year of that. She's really changing that part of her game up. She completes the three-point play, picks up her 20th point of the game. And Hilton's picking up man-to-man at half court. Heiss and Carter switch off that ball screen. Ball's in Freeman's hands, ball screen by Smith's.
So they're switching that little dribble handoff. But she was able to turn the corner there.
Yep. And she picked up the foul.
She's quick.
She is. And again, when she starts going, it's just too difficult to stop. And Smith will shoot two. Siciliano checks in for Graziano.
The Paisan connection there, huh?
I can't believe I didn't stumble over that. Siciliano to Graziano. Tara Smith shooting her 10th free throw of the game. Just really forcing that contact with the way she goes hard to the basket.
Looks like Paige has entered the game. She's a shooter.
They played a little high-low triangle in that corner there. Kick it out to Valerie Heiss.
Yeah.
And she makes them pay with a wide-open three.
Good ball movement there.
Just that's just a well-disciplined coach team right there. They had a triangle in the corner. It kicks out to Mallory Heiss, who's wide open and thinks nothing of it. Set, ready to go, and hits a nice-looking three-point shot.
Oh, nice block by Ella. Rebounded by Mallory, and then she finds Ella in transition. I mean, they're firing on all cylinders at the moment.
And that's Ella Clark at her best right there. Defense on the other side, getting out in the open court and scoring in transition. Freeman with the ball at the top from Smith. She takes it to the free throw line. Gadsden back out to Smith. Smith misses, but gets a rebound at Clark, and she doesn't even think about it. She's got down the court, kicking it to her cousin, Ashley Carter. Unfortunately, not able to get the shot off. Back to Siciliano. In and out of the rim. Carter with a rebound. Thompson with another rebound. Oh, Thierry. Nice play by Asia Phillip with a steal. Smith with a cross-court pass, very difficult. And Mallory Heiss with the steal. Nice job by Kennedy Gadsden getting back on defense.
Holy
that freshman
cow.
got back hard.
What an athletic play that was.
She's smiling. We look at there's the steal back up to the Ella Clark, and again, this is, if you're developing a highlight reel for Ella Clark, that's what you're going to see a lot of. Defense on one end, getting in transition, and finishing at the rim.
Being active.
Right, and her motor runs. She's one of the better athletes on this team, if not the best, one of the better athletes in all of our school as far as her athleticism, her speed, strength. Freeman, to Pioli, to Gatson. She's going hard to the basket, and she picks up the foul.
So if there's something that, the cadets want to focus on.
Look at this foul by Kennedy Gatson from Thunder. Just working hard. That's that freshman energy and never giving up.
She had another gear to her there, tracking her down.
And now she's at the line to shoot 2. Fouls on Ashley Carter. Her first, team 4th of this quarter, and Gatson's shooting 2.
If I'm the cadets and I'm looking for something to, really make sure that we're trying to do what we need to prepare for Kearney, I'm concerned a little bit about the amount of fouls we're having going to the basket. So you take a team that's going to be a little bit more skilled, like at Kearney, and the cadets have got to get away from that.
Not only just skilled, Kearney's going to be more athletic. They're going to be taller. They got size and speed. And again, we talked about well coached also.
Right.
Asia Phillip with going hard to the basket. Simonelli with a rebound, kicks out to Simonelli. Or Siciliano gets the ball up court to Clark.
And she kind of lost the handle there to go up for a clean layup, and by the time she regathered, Asia Phillips couldn't stop her momentum either, so we got a foul on the floor.
But the one thing to notice there, though, also is that Clark was looking to dish right there. She's got 20 points. The game's now Hilton's up by 44, and Ella's really looking to get her teammates involved. And there we go, Simonelli with 2 points.
Really impressed with that strong post move with a shot fake and a finish.
Mailer Heights still out there. Ashley Carter playing some tough defense on Gatson. Gatson just working hard for that loose ball. Kicks out to Pioli. Pioli goes baseline, tries to dish it into the post. It finds its way to Gatson. Kennedy Gatson goes hard to the basket, loses the handle, and it'll be Hilton ball. Come out of bounds. Graziano checks back in, and I believe, even though it's 1:24 to go in the third, that might be the night for Mallory Heiss.
Yeah, I think it's quite possible. That's the tough one, right? You don't want to get your better kids hurt, but you need to get them some cardio. You need to get them playing still so they keep their timing.
Brooke Bell with the assist to Simonelli for the bucket, the 15-footer. Nice little passing from those girls coming off the bench right now.
Yeah, it looks like Coach Heiss has them playing very unselfishly too, like making the right decisions in their half-court sets, and it makes it much more fun to play that way.
I think we got a step on Gatson. She took that step. That's part of the culture that gets developed when everybody's doing that. When you see your starters out there making the extra pass, as you said, passing up the good for the great. And then when you come on the court, you feel like you've got to do that too, and it becomes ingrained in who you are as a team. And Coach Heiss has done an excellent job this year of really establishing that.
No doubt about it.
Freeman pushes the ball up to Asia Phillip. Nice bucket by Asia Phillip. And Freeman with her head up to see that down the court. Gabriela Morales-Lopez checks in for the first time for the Thunder.
This is where some of Coach Heiss's younger guards have to make good decisions, handle the ball with confidence. Oh.
Ashley Carter putting up the 3. Out of bounds to the Thunder. And one of the things in talking to Coach Heiss that we've talked about, you're so reliant for 3 years on Mallory Heiss with the ball and handling the ball and being the point guard, and one of the best point guards in Section 5. You really got to get somebody else who can handle the ball too. So this is a good opportunity for other girls to work on that pressure against somebody outside of your own home practices.
Right, as Asia Phillips puts a miss in at the buzzer. I agree with you, Coach. There's going to come a point in time where you don't have her anymore, even though she's still pretty young. And what if she's in foul trouble? All these situations where your team is better if you can establish a second ball handler that can not just get you out of trouble and not just get it over half court, but is comfortable running what you want to run. And I think there's been spots that I've seen, but I think that, that's something that he was concerned about when he came off the court at halftime talking to us. Like, we need to be better if we want to be able to just get Mallory some shots and not let her handle the whole time, because it wears out your main scorer. We used to deal with that with Taj all the time.
Coach referencing Tajay Hill, a 5-year varsity player for the Hilton Cadets, and one of our stars for a long time on the boys' side. And full disclosure, that's one of the things we did talk to Coach Heiss at halftime. He's trying to give Mallory Heiss some looks from off the ball. And there we go. We can, the game's never over with, but at 53-19, Hilton's got to be thinking about this coming Saturday against Bishop Kearney. Coach Heiss, going in that last game, told me earlier today yesterday that the way it could have broken down, that Hilton might have been avoided Kearney, but it didn't fall the way they wanted. And he's had a great attitude about it. It's basically, if we got to win sectionals, we're here to win sectionals. And if we got to face Kearney early, we'll face Kearney early, but we're here to win sectionals. So whenever we get them, and we're going to take them on as we get them.
Yeah, I think that's the attitude you have to have, right? Because there's so many variables. I mean, we've had our dealings with private schools, and like complaining, if you will, about some of the advantages and movement of, are they in AA, are they in A, and somebody's good this year, so they're up, they're bad the next year, so they're down. And at the end of the day, you got to play who's put on the schedule, and it looks like he's got his girls mentally ready to do that. And I'm sure he'll have them as prepared as can be, and it'll be interesting because they are a little bit of an unknown, yet we anticipate they're going to be pretty good.
And it's because they have been good for the last few years, because they did lose 2 players from their sectional championship team last year. But the one thing about on the other side, the flip side, is that Hilton has played a battle-tested schedule this year also. They've played the teams they've lost to, except for maybe one loss, have been state ranked this year.
Yeah.
And lost one game by 10 points, but everything else has been by single digits. So they've been in every single game, and I think they expect to be in the game no matter what happens this coming Saturday.
Right, Division I is no joke at the Monroe County level, but then it's no joke at the Section 5 level, and it's no joke at the state level when you talk about Webster Schrader and Penfield and Fairport. And I know that he played a St. Mary's team, I think it was, out when we were playing out in a tournament in Liverpool where we traveled together. And, that makes you battle-tested for the sectional. So I think they've seen good quality basketball so far. So I don't think that it'll rattle them as much as it might others.
No, and I think what you're looking at this coming Saturday is 2 schools that have some of the prominent names in girls basketball in Section 5. Obviously, Kearney has been there for more than a few years now, but Mallory Heiss can hold herself with any guard in Section 5. You get Ella Clark playing the way she's playing tonight, defensively, getting out in transition. She's gonna be a tough girl to deal with for Kearney. You got Aaliyah Thompson, who again we said averaging a double-double. She's not going to be afraid of anybody coming into next Saturday's game, and so it's going to be a fun game to watch this coming Saturday.
No doubt. When you have a guard of Mallory's caliber to be able to handle the ball and make those tough decisions, you have to like your chances then. And sometimes teams that are pretty talented and athletic like to pressure full court and what happens is your offense turns into their offense. But if we have a ball handler like Mallory and we can limit that, well, that's a pretty good thing for our girls. So I think Coach Ice has to feel pretty good, and I'm sure he's going to game plan like no other that I've seen. He's going to pick people's brains, and then he's going to make a comfortable decision on how they're going to defend them. And I think he's going to have his girls ready to go.
Just make note, Brooke Bell in that last possession for Hilton missed the shot, but worked really hard to get that rebound and giving 100% out there, even though she wasn't successful. The effort was still there, and the 57-21. Hilton is not slowing down at all. Nor is Thunder. Thunder's still playing hard.
You got a little Jaylee Esposito.
Jaylee Esposito picking up her varsity points of her career.
We saw Coach Ice's daughter, Ava, getting a 3 off the previous possession, so it's nice to see some of the younger kids getting that opportunity too. And there's 5 minutes to go.
There's 5 minutes to go.
They're going to get plenty of playing time.
And there's Siciliano with the steal and the bucket on the other end. And she picks up her first 2 points of the game. Freeman to Pioli. Pioli with a deep 3. Big kick hits the standard behind the backboard. That's an out of bounds. It'll be Hilton ball. Trinity Johnson checking in for the Thunder, and Asia Phillip coming out. These are some of the call-ups from the Hilton's JV team. A JV team that really had a nice season this year themselves. That was Tia Kosman who brought that ball up. Kicking it over to Simonelli. Simonelli drawing the foul, and she'll shoot 2. Castro Martin with the foul. Simonelli, nice looking free throw right there.
I think she probably developed that form from her elementary PE teacher.
Well, in case he's listening, certainly not from her older brother. As he is in the stands right now, and you have to be kind. Last night, his high school career, it was ended, and Luke's been we both had the privilege of coaching and teaching Luke Simonelli.
Yep, but just as good a boy, kind human being as there is.
Yep. We got Hilton coming back down. Find Ava Heiss. Ava Heiss looking for her first varsity points. Oh.
Good look by Ella.
Yep. And you can see them all looking out for each other right now, which is great. Freeman went hard to go to the basket, didn't get it to fall.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say that won't be Ava's last shot attempt.
Oh, no. Esposito with a rebound, kicking it back up. Simonelli running the show. Tia Kosman just short on the jumper, working hard to get that defensive rebound. Thunder gets it. Freeman brings it up for the Thunder. Pulling it back out. Pulls it back left, goes hard to the basket. Nice drive by Freeman, draws the foul, almost got the roll. Tia Kosman picks up her first foul of the game. Brooke Bell checks in for Simonelli. And Mariah Freeman will shoot 2. Nice looking free throw by Freeman.
Sure was. Good rotation.
Good rotation, nice release point. Pure 2 for 2 for Freeman at the free throw line.
Well, Coach Birthright just needs to keep at him. He'll put his time in the offseason trying to build on the girls that we're able to do some things out here positively. And there's definitely the Smith girl and Freeman. They're decent players.
Siciliano with the 3, picking up her first points of the game. All right, Mike, I take it back. Siciliano picking up her 5th point of the game. Yeah, Coach Birthright's an excellent coach. He's at a point right now where he's building a program back up, that was storied for a long time. Tia Kosman getting 2 quick fouls. And as you said earlier, making sure that they're having a positive experience, keeps kids coming out, builds up your numbers, having a steady philosophy on how the game should be played. And again, knowing Coach Birthright that he'll do that. His daughter was an excellent player coming through Section 5, one of the best in her era. And I think he's trying to build that right here in Greece.
It's amazing because you have such a history there starting with going back to Al Best, who was just a legend, had so many successful teams, and then Mike Butler just kept that rolling. And, some terrific players that he's had. I know one of them still playing professionally. Jory Davis is overseas. Just an amazing player in person. And that when they
nice 3.
When there's a transition from Coach Best to Coach Butler, kept going, and then that next set of coaches, that next set of coaches, it just didn't seem to click, and I don't know if philosophy's changed, but it would be nice to see them get it going again because it's right next door, and to develop a rivalry is what we have right now with the boys program.
And that was for a long time, both in the boys and the girls programs, that rivalry with Athena and Hilton, and we both mutually benefited off of that.
Right.
That was something that, you get that Greece versus Hilton and multiple sports, both girls and boys. Both programs, both athletic programs, benefited from that kind of rivalry. And it'd be nice to see it be reestablished right here in the girls' basketball.
Yeah, kids sometimes literally live 500 yards from each other.
They share a border. Juliana Bates makes 1 out of 2. Picks up her first point of the game. Kosman to Carter. To Ava Heiss. Looking in the post to Kosman. She comes out and gets it. Sees an opportunity to take it to the basket, goes all the way through, back out to Carter. Carter to Heiss. Back to an Esposito, who, that family, their philosophy is shooters shoot, let it go. And she did. Hilton getting the loose ball right there, head up, looking down the court, bounce pass to Brooke Bell. Unfortunately, just trying to hold on to that pivot foot, wasn't able to. They got the travel call.
Yeah, it was a nice one-handed bounce pass by Tia Kosman.
I think that's one of the things that can be really a characteristic across the board of these JV girls that have come up. They just work really hard. They just, even at this level, being pulled up to varsity, they're not slowing down. They don't look intimidated by it. They're just playing really hard like they did all year long. Asia Phillip with, again, another bucket inside.
You're absolutely right, Coach. It's, I was the recipient of that benefit as well. When my guys played for you, and currently with Coach Esposito, they come up and they blend right in when they get their opportunity because that's the expectation of the program. And I think Coach Heiss has established that as well.
Still subbing. We've got Thunder coming in. They've got Lopez checking back in, as is Castro Martin checking back in for the Thunder. A stack set from the elbow. Just missing Phillip. Trinity Johnson with the ball. Looking to go back into Phillip in the baseline. I think they see an opportunity now with Asia Phillip to really try to take advantage of that post, and they're doing it.
Yeah, you might as well keep feeding that. She's had some success down there. Been probably their most reliable scorer in the second half.
Kosman picks up her 3rd foul. Phillip is now 3 for 3 from the free throw line. Looking for her 4th. Nice shooter. Cameron Mack checking in for the Thunder. I believe this is the first time we've seen her. Esposito brings the ball up, hits Carter in the corner. They're looking to get Carter some points here.
She's been right there too. It's like she's right on line. She's just got to dial in the distance a little bit.
She's very close on those shots. More Mack with a shot. Asia Phillip with the offensive rebound. Asia Phillip with the second offensive rebound, picking it back in, and she now has 16 points on the game.
Yeah, we don't have enough size out there to combat her. So
yeah, it's tough. They're just going to kick it into the post.
Nice drive.
Heiss goes hard to the basket. Ava Heiss has now scored her first varsity points.
And she finished with the right hand, too.
I think Father's going to be talking about that. It's going to be left hand on the left-hand side, Ava. Re-kid. And here comes Asia Phillip just backing people down. They're going to look for Asia Phillip again. Brooke Bell's on her. They'll fall away a little bit, but does make the bucket.
Yeah.
You get the feeling that Asia Phillip may have lived there this year in that with that shot and that block.
They're going to try to get
Kosman for three to end the game. It does not fall. And that's your ball game. Hilton Cadets 68. The Grease Thunder 35 in this quarterfinal game of the double A sectionals for girls basketball. Coach, a lot of girls played well here for Hilton tonight. You know, it'd be tough to give a player of the game, but if we're giving out a player of the game tonight,
geez, I think there's a lot of different ways you could go, like you were alluding to, and I would say that I'd go with Ella tonight. I thought she was really active. I think Mallory makes them go, but if Ella plays like that, they're going to be a tough out.
What a contribution they had for Ella Clark tonight. 22 points, 9 two-point field goals, found a three-pointer somewhere in there. 1 for 3 from the free throw line, total of 22 points. She had a phenomenal game, and the Cadets will move on to play the Bishop Kearney Knights this Saturday at 2 o'clock in the next round of the Class AA sectionals. Parting thoughts, Coach?
Yeah, I think it was the best result Coach Heiss could be looking for coming out of there. I mean, you want to get a lot of kids involved. You want your kids to play hard and not get lackadaisical. You want to execute your stuff and get out of here healthy. So nobody rolled an ankle. You played pretty well in the second half. You made your adjustments, and I don't think that he could ask for anything better heading into Saturday's preparation.
A lot of girls contributed. A lot of girls got out on the court, see some of their work and practices rewarded with some playing time. And Hilton comes out as the victor again, 68 to 35. We'd like to throw a shout out to our guys out behind the cameras. This doesn't happen unless we got Spencer and Brian on the cameras giving us the shots. Joel behind the controls here, producing the show. And with Varsity Media for coming out here to Hilton and being able to broadcast this out to all those fans. The weather wasn't great, so we know we have some people at home watching this. We hope you enjoyed the telecast. Again, one last time, the Hilton Cadets, 68. The Grease Athena Odyssey Thunder, 35. Hilton advances this Saturday, 2 o'clock at Bishop Kearney. We hope you enjoy the telecast. Stay safe, stay warm, and have a great night. Thank you.
Varsity Media covers every sport at every level from every angle. Game film, recruiting videos, highlight videos, sportscasts.
That's complete. First down and more. Touchdown, Oceanside.
Photography, live streaming. You name it, we offer it. Don't leave your video needs to amateurs. Trust the pros. Contact us at 516-403-2050 or visit us online at varsitymedia.net.